A girl gifted with supernatural powers does not allow herself to be bullied because she can beat anyone who gets in her way. She uses her abilities for good. Lost in the desert, she gets back to Korea and finds her real parents. After she is able to find not only friends, but also enemies who dream of taking her life. The drama begins with a competition. The huge champion defeats all his opponents. No one dares to enter the ring, except for a small and very brave girl named Kam Nam-sun. People got worried, seeing this little girl, fragile girl who seems no match for a man who easily takes lives. The huge man just mocks Cam, thinking she came here to play. When he tries to laugh, Cam lifts the man with one hand and throws him 20 meters away. Crowd got even more wondered. Soon, Fighter loses control and attacks her. She easily dodges and grabs his leg like it's a cat. She swings him above her head and throws him fly. Cam gets the champion's name, and the crowd, stunned, starts chanting her name, amazed at the supergirl. Just here, we see the girl's father talking about his lost daughter. He says she disappeared about 6 years ago. He truly believes he's guilty, because his trip caused her disappearance, and he asks some journalists to write articles about her so she could be found. The father mentions that his daughter has supernatural powers, which is why the journalist got shocked. Father says she inherited the power that was passed on to her from her mother, grandmother, and other women of their family over the past millennium. About 17 years ago, her mother was a genius in business and had a lot of restaurants, and he joined the team to help. Working alongside this successful restaurateur, he fell in love with her charming personality, and she soon fell in love with him. On their wedding night, she astonished him by demonstrating her supernatural strength, lifting their things with one hand. This extraordinary gift was inherited from her mother. Eventually, she gave birth to twins. Their daughter Kam was particularly remarkable. By the age of 1, she was Supergirl. As she grew up, Kam became a global sensation. However, during a trip to the deserts, father tragically lost his daughter. Desperately, he spent days and months, even years, searching the desert, but to no avail. Girl's disappearance caused them to get divorced. Meanwhile, Kam returns home and questions her adoptive parents about her supernatural abilities and her origin. They tell they found her abandoned in the desert 6 years ago, all alone. After getting to know the truth, she is presented with a box of clothes she was found in. As Kam examines the garments, she recognizes a blouse from South Korea, triggering memories of her past. Years by years, she learns Korean. Over years, she blossoms into a mature and beautiful young girl. Meanwhile, Cam's mother continues to hold annual martial arts competitions, hoping she can find her daughter. She does not lose hope of finding her daughter and notices that one of the girls is lifting a load weighing more than 100 kilograms. After some time, she invites her to dinner. It seems that they have a lot in common, so the businesswoman tries to get to know the girl better, in the hope that this is her daughter. They have the same type, and the girl was lost in Mongolia when she was only 5 years old. Businesswoman says she found her daughter, but grandmother tells her this girl could be fraudster. She could read about it anywhere to pretend and get to the rich family. In the evening, the businesswoman goes to the girl's bedroom and checks her legs, discovering that scar. The woman has no doubt that this is her daughter, because before father lost daughter, Cam got a wound and it could leave a scar. The businesswoman is ready to give all her richness to make her daughter happy, but her smile makes it clear that she is a fraud. At the same time, Cam is preparing to return to Korea, so she buys a ticket. A little later, businesswoman's subordinate meets with the sellers of fun pills and buys that kind of things. A policeman saw what was happening and tries to arrest that guys, but they are gone. Cam's mother catches up with the them on a bike and chases the car, after which she crashes it, letting the police to get the dealers of the fun pills. Upon returning to the police station, Kang receives information that a plane full of powder will arrive from Mongolia to South Korea. As it turns out, this is the same plane on which Cam arrives to find her real parents. While the police are heading to the airport, the plane loses control and is unable to land. People start screaming and panicking, causing Cam to wake up and see what's happening. Acting calmly, the girl rips open the door of the plane and jumps out of it at full speed. Having caught up with the plane, she grabs the landing gear with bare hands and saves all the passengers, stopping the plane. The businesswoman and her mom feel that their heiress is using her gift. It becomes clear that the girl living in the woman's house is a real fraudster, only posing as her daughter. Please? Guys, like and subscribe our videos. That's a really big help for us to grow. Anyway, if you don't, we know you care. Thank you beforehand. After the plane successfully lands, the man examines the girl's things with interest, as he begins to doubt her adequacy. She says that she arrived in Korea to look for her mother, and the policeman promises to help with this. Not trusting the stranger much, the girl holds on to the golden stick, but decides to let it go and give the policeman an attempt to find her real family. Having found Cam's phone, the man arranges a meeting to return the item that belongs to her, continuing to walk through the streets of Seoul. She assumes that the tent can be used as a home. The girl sets up her own tent. Trying to arrange her home, the girl brings firewood, but the tent seems too low. Then Cam pulls a tree out of the ground and chops it down with her hand to make the house more comfortable. After this, Cam goes to the police station and asks to be taken to the detective so that she can retrieve the golden stick that belongs to her, which was taken from her a day ago. After, Cam returns to the place, and Cam does not have money or a passport to rent housing, so a tent is the only available option. Soon, a group of rich people appears and demands that the tent be removed, as it spoils the appearance of the park. Believing that they can't do anything, the rich begin to beat up the homeless. Cam can't stand it and punishes one of them, throwing 10 miles away. The police arrest all of them. Cam is totally depressed with the situation. All years, the girl thought that her country would greet with embraces. After this, the policeman helps her. Embarrassed, Cam refuses financial assistance and the chance to spend the night in the policeman's apartment. Upon returning home, Kong dances in underpants, unaware that the girl is watching him from afar. The fraudulent daughter reports that she has already stolen about $10 million, but she's not gonna stop. The woman gets to know these schemes, confirming that she is a swindler. The woman is not upset because she knows for sure that her daughter is in Korea and they will definitely find each other and be happy. The next morning, Cam goes to a photo center and runs into her own father suddenly. He tries to ask the girl's name, but she leaves because the police called her. At the police station, Cam learns that they want to file a report against her for hitting a man, but it's no a big deal. After Cam leaves, the police watch the video, which shows how the girl easily copes with the tree people. He is shocked because the beauty has supernatural powers. The scammer also saw the video and realized that he needed to act as quickly as possible before her identity was revealed. Accomplices are ordered to find Cam and take her life in order to continue her comfortable existence and not be afraid of being behind bars. In the evening, the photographer cannot calm down because the girl seemed familiar to him, and the man assumes that this is his missing daughter. Meanwhile, Khan discovers that Cam is the long-lost daughter of a photographer and a businesswoman who have been searching for her. Cam visits the hospital and compensates the man she accidentally injured in the park. Upon learning that his mistress sought money, the obese wife brutally assaults her husband, exacerbating his injuries. The con artist and several other outlaws converge on the park to dismantle the tent and harm Cam. Observing the commotion while walking with homeless companions, Cam rushes to defend her makeshift home. Confronted by one of the thugs, Cam uses her remarkable strength to subdue him and scare off the rest. Enraged, she pursues and confronts the remaining assailants, leaving only the con artist to escape. With her shelter destroyed, Cam reluctantly accepts the policeman's offer to stay with him. While she prepares for a shower, Can contacts her mother, revealing that he has found their missing daughter. The policeman is struck by Cam's beauty when she emerges from the shower, realizing he has developed feelings for her. The wife shares the conversation with her husband, who is overwhelmed with joy, anticipating a reunion with their daughter. The next morning, Cam goes to meet her parents when she suddenly notices a fire in one of the houses. People are in danger, so the girl goes and saves all the kids, fortunately. The mother notices that the fire truck cannot pass due to the traffic jam and pushes the cars aside to clear. At the scene, the mother meets with her daughter, when suddenly, a gas explosion occurs, causing Cam to be thrown out into the street. The mother goes after her daughter and saves her. After a heartfelt conversation, the businesswoman discovers the adopted Mongolian family and extends her gratitude, arranging for them to relocate to Korea to be closer to Cam. Upon learning about her daughter's companions, the mother reaches out to the homeless individuals, offering assistance and providing them with cases filled with money. The family reunites, shedding tears of joy after enduring numerous hardships. The mother cautions her daughter about the potential loss of her supernatural abilities if not used for the greater good. Left alone, Cam contacts her adoptive parents to share the news of finding her real family. The following morning, the mother prepares Cam's favorite dishes in hopes of triggering her memory. The family captures joyful moments in photos, knowing they are now inseparable. Shortly after, Hwang, a businessman with a questionable reputation, arrives in Korea, aiming to exploit Cam for his illicit dealings. Meanwhile, the scammer evades her family as the police search for her. Seeking fake documents, she engages with a lawbreaker acquaintance. Cam's mother offers monetary assistance to the policeman, who declines, instead seeking help to apprehend powder traffickers. Misunderstood, the policeman's mother assumes he's romantically involved with the businesswoman due to their encounter. In prison, a courier linked to Hwang's operations meets a tragic end, prompting Kang to infiltrate Hwang's company to uncover their illicit activities. Cam offers her assistance to the policeman in his pursuit of powder dealers. In the evening, the couple sneaks into the company to find a white powder. Meanwhile, Cam's mother gets a motorcycle and goes to the company as well. During the warehouse search, when suddenly one of the boxes falls on the policeman, the girl uses superpowers, gets a leg injury, but Cam is carrying the cop on her arm, and that makes him feel weird. Soon the girl's parents meet in the middle of the road and do not recognize each other for their equipment and motorcycles. The man invites his wife to meet the owner of a restaurant, whose sister runs an organization that is changing the world. The next morning, an employee of the fans company calls the police and promises to reveal the location of the scammer in exchange for a reward. The fraudster hears this conversation, threatens the man, and promises to take his life because he is too talkative. Kang learns about the call and realizes that the scammer works at the factory. He also calls the outlaws and asks them to help take Cam's life, but leaves the city for fear of approaching the girl with superpowers. A policeman comes to the warehouse and asks Cam to be careful because there are many outlaws around. On the other hand, the police will check the mask and discover a substance that can take a person's life. They call Kang and ask him to interrupt the operation to catch the outlaws. Soon the couple takes the box to the restaurant, and the owner asks them to empty the box. This is not the responsibility of the courier, but Kang is restrained by the girl and asks her not to beat up the restaurant owner. After working, Cam enters the restaurant as a customer and starts mocking the owner, reminding him that the customer is always right. The owner treats the girl rudely, but breaks the table with hands so to get more respect for the customer. After taking the soup, Cam makes up for the loss, but shouts at the man before leaving. When he returns to the police station, Kang receives a decoy file and learns that he is an orphan who grew up among the outlaws. A little later, we see that the swimming coach lost his life in the pool. This is probably the scene, but witnesses prove otherwise and agree that the coach acted inappropriately. Soon after, dozens of people who swallowed the substance begin to pass away. It turns out that fans sell terrible things that destroy everyone who tries it. After a while, Cam goes to the warehouse to look for evidence and encounters a fan standing in the dark. The girl approaches the man, but the businessman pushes her away and runs away. Seeing a picture of a man on TV, Cam tells her mother that this strange man has supernatural powers. Fans watch the video of Cam's incredible strength and realize that this is exactly the girl he saw at the warehouse and at the airport at night. Cam's mother meets with the police officers and promises to help them. Meanwhile, Cam and the decoy are face to face in the warehouse. The girl is afraid of punishment, but Cam declares that he forgave her a long time ago. The fan invites the manager to the office and asks him to take the camera because he is talented and wants to help him. After a while, the worker falls on the conveyor belt, and this seems to be the end. But Cam saves lives and stops the movement of the conveyor belt. Can's boss is ill, and he takes him to the hospital, but the man categorically refuses. Can handcuffs him, but the boss easily gets rid of them and attacks a subordinate. The man has incredible strength and tries to strangle Can, but Cam comes to the policeman's aid and pushes the boss away. An inadequate man attacks a girl, but she uses super strength to stop the situation. Can realizes that this is the effect of the substance and suggests that an antidote will be found as soon as possible to save his boss and other people. In the evening, the couple goes to the warehouse, accidentally meets the manager, and is afraid of him. Meanwhile, fans are communicating with scientists who have developed substances that double the strength of a person. After a while, the policeman confesses to Cam that he is in love with her and can't live a day without her. The crook attacks, but the girl grabs the outlaw's hand before the blow and pushes him away. She wanted to take her place and live in a rich family, so he does not hide his hatred for the swindler girl. At the same time, Mother Cam and the fans meet at the table to understand each other's plans and goals. He offers to beat the female rival and invest in her business, but what he really wants is how she produces fun things and how the police can get her. Mother hides the identity of her real daughter for her safety, but the father ignores this and posts a photo of the camera in his studio. The boss calls Can and tells him that everything is fine. It later becomes clear that he is lying, because a man comes to the station only to steal a mask soaked in the substance. Meanwhile, Cam's mother meets a local rich man and finds out that his fans were working USSR group. Cam arrives at the fans' office with an invitation and meets a man in person. She wanted to ask directly about the thing, but the man asked her on a date. Shocked, the girl refuses, but first consults with a police officer and puts down her mobile phone to figure out how to behave. Meanwhile, Huang learns that Cam is the daughter of a businesswoman. We see their family is prepared to have a dinner. Even her father is welcomed warmly. Her mother pranks everybody that she's pregnant to have a good atmosphere at home. Later, we see a policeman and the girl having a good time. It seems they have mutual feelings for each other. The next day, once inside an empty warehouse, the girl notices that a huge platform is falling on her and tries to restrain her. The weight of the cargo is too much, so Cam has to use superpowers, which her mother and grandmother feel. The businesswoman realizes that her daughter is in danger and gets there to help ASAP. While her mother rushes at full speed to an abandoned warehouse, Cam uses all her strength and lifts a heavy platform. Everybody's shocked. The girl's mother feels that she is no longer in danger and stops by the side of the road to avoid meeting Huang. Here, a woman is accosted by two bikers who show negative sympathy for her. Men consider a businesswoman weak and defenseless, but she proves the opposite by breaking her helmet. The woman warns the bikers that she will find and punish them if they tell someone about her superpower, after which she proudly leaves. Later, Policeman Kang goes to his sheriff to make sure that he is all right. Before, the man took strange pills and almost lost his life, but now it seems that he feels is never better. Meanwhile, we see two of Cam's friends who used to be homeless. Now they are at a restaurant, and the girl tries to treat the guy, but he treats her with demonstrative indifference and declares that he would like to break up, since he no longer has feelings for her. He explains that they used to be poor and no one paid attention to them, but now they have money, and this will allow them to find a more successful relationship. The girl is disappointed by this answer, and she begins to hate money, dreaming of becoming poor and happy together again. Thank you for watching. We hope you really enjoyed it. If you want the rest episodes, just let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe. Just click to watch more recaps. See you in the next recaps.